My racist mother-in-law nearly unalived my baby and my husband did nothing, so I divorced him. Now my ex wants to leave the country with my baby and didn't tell me. My ex's mother-in-law was a nightmare who spent her time being racist to me and humiliating me. I'm Hispanic and they are white, so she'd say things like, she married you for a green card and is she an illegal? I could take it as I loved my husband and didn't want to make him choose between her or me. But sometimes the bullying got too much, like when she said if she got the chance she would deport me. I would tell him things like this that didn't sit right with me, and he would always brush it off as her being a loving and overprotecting mom. Since he wasn't defending me, I took to defending myself, which he would get mad at me for. One time she called me a gold digger, and when I said I earned more than her son, he would tell me that I was being disrespectful and rude. I could dish it out until we had our daughter. My mother would always try to parent her and say that I would do something wrong. My daughter has an irritable colon and she cannot ingest any kind of oils or artificial things. And guess what that loony of a woman did? She fed my 3-year-old daughter essential oils to make her go to sleep. I had to take her to the ICU. That was the last straw, so I confronted my husband, who dismissed the issue again by saying, she only did what she thought was best. I lost it at that moment. I knew that if he wasn't willing to protect his daughter when his mother nearly cost her life, then he wasn't fit to raise her. I feared that one day his mom would do something stupid and I wouldn't be there to take my daughter to the hospital, and my ex would sit there comforting his mom instead of helping his daughter. I knew then that I had to divorce him. His face was like that Pikachu meme when I served him. He said he didn't know why I was doing that because we were happy. Now a year has passed and my life has only gotten worse as we fight through the divorce. My monster-in-law tried every dirty trick in the book to take my daughter. She accused my brother of molesting her, so now my brother refuses to visit. She accused me of neglect, which was rich coming from her. She accused me of taking substances and leaving them in reach of a toddler. And she accused me of endangering my daughter by leaving a random man in my house. The list goes on. Of course my idiot ex didn't do anything to defend me here either. He justified it by saying that I broke his heart and I had to understand that his mother only wants what's best for him. Luckily I got good representation and even got my daughter full-time, except for some weekends or visitation, since I could prove that my daughter was endangered by his mother. Unfortunately, I knew I couldn't be rid of him forever because of my daughter, and I was learning to live with that for her sake. At first he was cold with me because I broke his heart, but two things changed that made him have a change of heart. His brother got married to an African American woman, so of course my ex-mother-in-law flipped because she's deeply racist, and I started dating again. My ex-father-in-law is a great guy and he actually stood up for his wife. Go figure, it is possible. When my ex saw how his brother stood up for his wife, he saw how crappy he was being, and their mom treated me the same way she treated his wife. And finally my dense ex started understanding. As for me, the guy I am seeing is great. I have even met his parents and his mother is normal. She treats me like a human being and has invited me already to many family functions and tries to make me and my daughter feel welcomed. My ex got wind of the situation through a mutual friend, and guess who is now flipping out? He started bringing flowers and chocolate, I don't even like chocolate, to pick up our daughter. He also sent me cards and messages with hearts. Yesterday was the best thing. My daughter was at my mother's place and I was at home with my boyfriend when he appeared in front of my door crying and clutching my engagement ring, begging me to come back. I said no and that he should go away. I don't love him anymore and will never get back together with him. He wouldn't leave and started demanding that I come out to talk to him. My boyfriend told him that he would call the police, and in his pathetic fashion he threatened to beat my boyfriend up. I had enough of his bullcrap, so I closed the door and let him pound sand. I honestly don't know what to do because he's being immature about this situation and I just want him out of my life, but I can't have my daughter grow up without her father. Update: after a talk with my daughter I learned that her dad has been showing her pictures of houses and tells her that she can now have 2 rooms with loads of stuff. I asked if her dad is buying a new house. Nope. Turns out that Nut wants to take my daughter out of the country. He shows her pictures of beach houses and even bought her a bag so she can put her stuff inside it. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt by thinking that maybe he hadn't told me yet but eventually will. But then my daughter revealed he told her to keep it a secret because mommy would get sad if she knew that daddy was going away. I am actually effing livid. I decided to talk to my lawyer to see what measures we can take. I didn't have enough evidence to request emergency child custody, so my lawyer and I had to work on steps to prevent child abduction. We got a custody decree that included provisions including passports, travel restrictions, etc. We also had to be very wary of the signs. He quit his job and on a realtor's page, I saw that he was putting his mother's house on sale. That and my daughter's words were all we needed to notify law enforcement for them to keep an eye out, since I still couldn't prevent my daughter from seeing her father. Sometime later, I got a call from the police department regarding the passport situation. My daughter's passport expired, so my ex tried to request a passport for my daughter without my knowledge. After that, he was investigated because he violated the decree and it was found out that his mom bought 3 tickets with no return date to Mexico. Now I could request emergency child custody, so I submitted the necessary documents. For now, I have sole custody of my daughter, but because it's temporary I'm working on getting her permanently.